Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. Let's talk West Virginia football. Joining us is senior offensive lineman Mark Glowinski. He is getting ready to have his summer there in West Virginia and be a leader as the players get together and get some workouts in. Mark, a great career for you, and it's still, you got one full season to go. You do it through GAR, through Lackawanna College. You find yourself at West Virginia. Tell us about the leadership role you're taking in here this senior season.
The senior role is a big deal, and everybody's going to look at me and see what's going on, and anything I say or do they're going to apply, and I just got to make sure that I'm getting everybody on the right track, because senior is a big role to fill, and I just gotta do as much as I can.
How about fitting in at West Virginia? You come through junior college, so to speak, in Lackawanna College, and you come in, you redshirt, you get yourself ready to go, and then once you hit the field, starting, and it looks like you're going to be another starting offensive guard this year for the Mountaineers. What's that adaptation? What was that like when you first got to West Virginia?
At first it's you just got to adapt, and you have to, all the surroundings and what's going on, and you got to bond with everybody that's around you. That's like one of the biggest things, is just bonding with everybody and getting on the same page. So you can have the talent or have the performance, but you need to have that bond with the person next to you, or, the quarterback that you're protecting. And that's like the biggest thing that you need to do, is just put time into conversations and, having that bond.
Well, I'm sure the offensive line, they always seem to have a nice bond together. Tell us about some of the friendships that you've developed there at West Virginia, and where some of these guys that you've become friends with, where they're from, what parts of the country.
Last year, we had a guy next to me, Curtis Fight, he's getting an opportunity in the NFL now. And he was originally from Germany, but then he ended up, I think, playing somewhere in PA. And then we had a center from Ohio, Tyler Lasky. And our left guard, he's from Quinn Spain. He's from Virginia. He's a big boy, and I think he's going to have a good shot to NFL. And then this year we have our left tackle, Adam Pankey, which was a younger guy that got some time last year, rotated with Nick Hindler, which is it was a senior that was decent. And Adam Pankey, he's a really talented kid, and he's athletic, and he came off a little injury, so he came back from the grind in the springtime, and he's been working pretty hard. And he's from Ohio also.
Well, speaking of a talented kid, Mark, you're very talented. You're 6'5", 310 pounds. What is it about your game there on the offensive line at West Virginia that has your coaches saying some good things about you, and people really, knowing that you're a talented young man, that you may have an opportunity to do something at that next level as well?
Yes, sir. I think it's just me giving it my all and just playing really physical. Because I don't know, there's something about it. I just like playing physical and giving that little shove at the end, even if the play's over, and just being in it and not giving in. Or if I mess up a little bit, it's not like I just take myself out of play. I'm so looking to block somebody, make something happen, because that's all you can do.
Well, Mark, you grew up in a tough part of Wilkes-Barre. You went to GAR High School, and that school's known for a blue-collar mentality, and then you went over to Lackawanna College, and again, you had to punch the clock with the blue-collar mentality with Coach Duda. Tell us about those experiences from high school and over at Lackawanna College that you really think helped you develop as the person that you are today.
You don't have, everything's just not given to you as much, and you gotta really work hard to get where you're at. In high school, I would go to the gym that we had. It wasn't really big or anything, but I just made the best of just like the weights and everything that they had. And then when we got to Lackawanna, we had like a little basement with weights and stuff like that, but I made the best of it and just work hard. It's not like you have the top of the line facility, but you have to do what you have with it.
Mark, when you talk about here you are at West Virginia, your family coming down to West Virginia to support you, what's that been like for you to have that with your family, where they're able to make that long trek down there, but they're there for you at every chance they get?
It's actually it really helps me out, and it calms me down just knowing that they're there behind me, supporting me. And one of the reasons why I picked West Virginia is because it's closer than maybe being somewhere Kansas or somewhere down in Florida, where you have the opportunity for these guys to come down, even though it's still about 5-hour drive. It's definitely better than taking planes and doing other ways of travel.
How about the campus itself and falling in love with where you're at West Virginia? Tell us about some of the things you really like, and what are you studying there at West Virginia as well?
I like how everything's set up here. You have all different kind of transportations that run through here. We have a PRT system that's like a trolley kind of car thing that you get in, and you can go different parts of the campus that you need to, and it's just a nice, beautiful area, nice old buildings and stuff like that. And I'm also studying business administration, and one of my goals is if football and stuff when that ends, I would like to have my own business. So I think that having a business background also will help me out.
Mark Glowinski at West Virginia here on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers. 6'5", 310 pounds. Mark, when you talk about the highlights of your game right now, you said you like being physical. Tell us about some of the things you're doing in the weight room right now, and then, of course, how quick your feet are. I think that's one of the things that Coach Duda mentioned about you in years past. He said, this guy's got great feet.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just all you have to do is just keep working on the same things, and not give up just because you're doing well on this doesn't mean that you just stop and not do them anymore. You have to work on them every day and just keep practicing them. For quick feet, you just have to do the same drills. You got to jump rope, you got to do box things. You got to do position kick slides, take your steps every day. You do anything that gives you that edge to have that speed and endurance.
Mark, when you talk about the focus of West Virginia this fall for your team, tell us about the expectations that you and your teammates have this year.
Honestly, our goal is to just become as close as possible and just be confident in ourselves and not let us get down. And most of the problems I think we had were fourth quarter issues where we would play really well for 3 quarters and we just didn't get the job done. And I think we've been putting in so much work and focusing on the little things to get it done for the fourth quarter. And I think just the bonding issue was a little problem, but I think we've gotten together so strong lately that I don't think anything in our way is going to affect us.
Mark Glowinski from West Virginia University is a senior offensive lineman via GAR and Lackawanna College here on the John Mendola Show, driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.